You feel, Si, these are quite an important 7 days or so for Enea Bastianini, just because the fact that he was so brilliant here last year, nearly beat Pecco Bagnaia in that classic race, and how good was he in Qatar, the season opening Grand Prix of last year when he won on the Gresini Ducati. I mean, if there are two tracks where you feel like Enea can rekindle some of the old magic and find some confidence, it's going to be here in Sepang and next week in Qatar, where last year he was dynamite.
I really hope for him, because like I said, be sad to see if he doesn't bounce back, because he's brilliant, you know. He really is. He's done saves like you know, Marquez does, you know, with the front, beautiful, like real talent to do that. And he's obviously fast, very good at managing tyres. He was as fast as anyone. I want to see the Enea that we know is in there come back.
Here, we certainly all do, because when he's at the front, it's a spectacular show. Of course, at the moment, unfortunately, he's having to contend with yet more rumours potentially coming from Ducati that they are considering moving Jorge Martin into the factory squad alongside Bagnaia, should he beat the Italian to glory in this year's World Championship. And Enea Bastianini, it's hardly the booby prize, is it, being moved back to a GP24 Pramac Ducati, but of course he wants to prove, he wants to show why Ducati gave him that factory opportunity this season. As I mentioned, it's been an injury-ravaged campaign, as Aleix Espargaro, well, you keep knocking him down, but he keeps coming back for more, as he does head out on circuit for the final 5 minutes of this session, having, we remind you, already had 4 crashes on this opening day here in Malaysia. You can't keep a good man down for too long, I guess, is the old saying.
This is going to be interesting. Oh, is that Jorge, or yeah, Jorge's trying to shake someone off?
He's three Hondas for company.
Yeah, 3 Hondas.
That wasn't Nakagami as well at the back?
Yeah. Or it was either Nakagami or sorry, I should have been looking, or his teammate for the weekend, Lecuona.
It was definitely Marquez and Mir directly behind him. I don't think it was Lecuona, and I'm not sure if it might have actually been Nakagami's. All 4 Hondas.
He did say that in his debrief, that the way to get a lap is to slipstream someone, put myself in a good position, and he did say he was going to do that. So that makes sense if it is Nakagami.
Well, we do know it's definitely 3 Hondas. There is on the
more like Lecuona.
It's Lecuona. Yeah, I wasn't sure if just out of shot behind Lecuona it might have been Nakagami. Back on board though with Vinales. He's on a hot lap. So too is Johan Zarco. Marco Bezzecchi has just made his first significant move of this session. Bears up into 5th place for the 158.450. He's had a good first sector as well. Look at this though from Vinales. This is the Top Gun firing on all cylinders. He's using Zarco ahead of him as a pretty good reference here, isn't he? As now he drops hard into turn 9.
Zarco's rolled off, so yep, out of the way, yep.
Yeah, that was a shame for Zarco, because he actually was on a real strong lap himself. He got that second sector all wrong. He doesn't impede Vinales, using all of his experience there, the 33-year-old Frenchman. Now, if Vinales can carry this lap on through on this factory of Aprilia, surely he's going into top spot. He drops down through the high-speed turn 13, around 3rd gear, about 175 kilometers an hour. Through the 2nd gear, turn 14 now. Just ahead of him, or behind him rather, is his teammate Aleix Espargaro, who's just out there trying to regain some of the confidence which would have been sapped out of his veins after 4 crashes so far here today. Vinales then will pick the bike up and accelerate on the fat part of the tyre out of turn 15. Attacks towards the finish line, he goes. Vinales, Val Fernandez has taken a tumble at turn 9. Vinales goes up to 3rd. Look at this though from Binder and Alex Marquez, both out on brand new medium rear tyre. We remind you that is the softer of the 2 available compounds here from Michelin in Malaysia.
And they've already put in, like Alex Marquez and Binder, already put in fantastic laps, so we've got another chance to even improve those.
Yeah, sadly the yellow flag infringement for Ralph Fernandez's turn 9 tumble has meant that this lap's cancelled for Alex Marquez. It hasn't affected Binder, and Binder already in P2. Can he go one better here and snatch top spot with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining? No, he can't quite. A 7.31, but surely Binder's earlier 1:58.310 is going to see him comfortably advance directly into Q2. Augusto Fernandez on the Gas Tech 3 machine has just squeezed himself up into 10th place. That's pushed the Gian Antonio back to 11.
Martin far enough ahead of Mark not to be a real help to Mark and focus on his job. Be interesting to see what he can do. Oh, Jack Miller on a good one as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, normally when Martin's in this mode, normally we know what happens next. He's normally sitting pretty in P1 at the top of the leaderboard. He powers that Pramac Ducati out of the second gear, turn 14.
Both Yamahas in the top 10 at the moment. That's a good sign for them so far.
Real strong sectors 2 and 3 on his current lap then for Miller. 16th place for Thriller Miller. There's a lot of Australians in the grandstands here who could have big smiles on their faces very, very quickly as Martin does find the first 1:57 of day one here in Malaysia. A nod of approval, a clap there from the Pramac Ducati camp. They know that that will take some beating. Aleix Spargo in the background there, Pills into the pit lane. Miller's late charge was a cracker. Thriller Miller finds a 1:58.232, and he's got one more lap as well here, the Australian. So Miller puts his KTM up inside the top 3. One place now ahead of his teammate Binder. Alex Marquez goes again. He was on a real strong lap on his previous lap when he had to, when the lap was cancelled for the yellow flag infringement for Ralph Hernandez's get-off at turn 9. Alex Marquez deep into the third sector, a third sector which he has absolutely nailed. This is brilliant by the man who was crowned Moto2 World Champion here in Sepang back in 2019. We track Binder over the line, checkered flag is out for him. He surely is going directly into Q2. 4th place at best for the South African. Into the final corner though, attacks Alex Marquez. And this may well be the best time on the opening day of practice here in Malaysia. Martin's 1:57.997 is bettered. Brilliant job that by Alex Marquez. Look what that means to Gresini Ducati. That was some lap, wasn't it, by the Spanish rider. A 1:57.823, nearly 2/10 clear of Jorge Martin. You don't see that very often when they go into time attack modes.
No, and Jorge being 2/10 faster than anyone, to go faster than that is impressive. Remember how good Jorge was here in the race last year, crashed out of just running away from everyone. So he's fast here, and Alex Marquez just went faster.
Yeah, superb job that by the Gresini Racing rider as we track Bastianini, then runner-up here last year to Bagnaia in that classic Sepang scrap. 19th place for the Beast. Where's he going to improve to? 12th. So close. So close, 12th place and just over a 10th away from the top 10. Fabio Quartararo, job done for the Frenchman. He always says his initial target, the opening goal of a Grand Prix weekend these days, is just to make sure he goes into Q2 directly.
That was a save and a half. That's into 9, yeah, so you're on the brakes, and to save the front when you're on the brake that is a feat and a half. Let's hope we get to see this. His teammate in his way, was it or not?
Well, Fabio clearly thinks he was, yeah.
Oh no.
That's not the first time, is it, over the last couple of years where we've seen Morbidelli cruising. It hasn't, thankfully, cost Quartararo a place inside the top 10. His rage would have been even higher had he been dumped out of it.
Yes, that section, Matt, it's quite flowing, but you're going from one side of the track to the other like 3 times, so it's very easy to get in someone's way.